Well, farm life is tough at the best of times. At the worst of times, those on the land tend to put their heads down, bums up, to do whatever it takes. That's exactly what Ted's boys did when disaster struck.
You just think, what the hell happened?
Yeah, it was a lot. It was a lot. I mean, at the time, it was all very overwhelming.
Ted Tadros has only known life as a farmer, a deep love affair, decades old.
When you're on the land, you got to love what you're doing. Otherwise, it just doesn't work.
Since the 80s, Ted and wife Nadia have been fruit farmers in Bilpin, an hour and a half northwest of Sydney, bringing up their family too in their apple orchard.
And I was very grateful my children grew up here. I felt like it taught them a lot of work ethics.
Ted's father started it all from an empty patch back in the 1970s. Now it's more than 75 acres of flourishing fruit and vegetables where people can come and pick their own.
You know, you got to put your heart and soul into everything you do. Every day you wake up and you've got a new challenge. And
even in the good times and the bad times, you have to.
Yeah. So
we've had hail, we've had other bushfires, but you just got to keep going. Otherwise, yeah, you just crumble, and we're not that type of people.
And 2020 was a year that would test the family like no other. It started with bushfires, destroying 20% of the orchard. Then the pandemic hit, but the worst was still to come.
I was in bed and then sort of woke up and had a massive headache.
As Ted went to a kitchen cupboard to get pain relief, he realised he couldn't lift his arms.
Probably a minute later, pretty much I got myself a chair, pulled it out, and then I sat down and pretty much I lost all my feeling from the chest down.
Ted was rushed to hospital where doctors found he'd suffered a catastrophic spinal stroke.
Had you ever heard of a spinal stroke before?
No, I haven't. No. I thought, when they took me in the ambulance, I thought, we'll go for a couple of weeks, fix me up and I'll be back at work. And
classic farmer.
Yes.
Yeah.
But it would be far longer than that. Ted was now a quadriplegic.
Yeah, just, yeah, very scary, not knowing, like, where it's going to lead, how I'm going to look after him.
Ted, did you worry about the future of the farm when you got sick? Did you think it was all over?
Of course, everything, your whole life just stops.
But there's that saying about apples not falling far from the tree, and Ted's two sons, Chris and Matt, rose to the occasion.
Unfortunately, with Dad getting sick, it sort of just accelerated that process, really. So yeah, it changed our lives, but you know, we've sort of made the most of it, and yeah, just can try to continue what he'd already started.
Matt was already working full-time with his dad on the farm.
It was hard for everyone and trying to adapt, and yeah, just trying to come to terms with, yeah, he's physically not going to be able to sort of come back and do what he was doing before.
After 6 months in hospital and rehab, Ted was finally well enough to return home. And of course, his first trip was to his farm.
Yeah.
The love of the land, it's still in you, it doesn't go away.
Come up here to these, yeah. Came back up and sort of told us what we're doing right and wrong, and sort of threw his 2 cents in.
The challenge now for the boys to keep Dad out of it.
Can't help myself.
He loves
I
scooting
get
around.
bogged here and there, but it doesn't matter, they pull me out.
With Matt and Chris now taking on the main running of the farm, it's the third generation to do so. And with Ted and Nadia's 11 grandchildren, it's hoped it's not the last generation either. When you're the boss, do we paint the place pink?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
You're the mini matriarch to be.
Yeah.
And it's time with his close-knit family Ted now cherishes the most, knowing they've got it all handled.
He kept saying to me, we're going to retire soon,
Yeah.
we're going to retire soon.
That's-
And I think somehow maybe this was the only way
didn't
he was
want to
ever
retire.
going to retire, because I don't know many farmers that actually retire.
Do retire, but yeah.
Never.
So, and we're so proud of them,
Not
really.
often. We
Couldn't be
don't tell them
prouder.
that often. But yeah.
Couldn't be
No,
prouder.
that-
Got to keep them humble.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's it, good girl.
They're ready for the weekend.
What a lovely family, right? And proof right there that farmers are tough. Good luck, boys, and good luck keeping Dad out of it.